because y'all doing all the stuff that the men want y'all to do, and it's not right. That's not how police officers are supposed to act. You're supposed to protect us. I'm afraid of you all. I'm afraid of the Dalton Police Department.
So as you can see at the last trustee meeting, you had residents saying that they were afraid of the Dalton police because of the tactics that the Dalton police has been using on the residents, shutting stuff down, running people off of blocks, out of stores. I mean, it's just it's crazy the stuff that we're hearing, and this is not the stuff that internet or YouTube bloggers are making up. This is coming from the residents. The residents are coming and speaking their mind and telling the world or anybody that will listen outside of Dalton, this is what's going on in our city, right? They're locking municipal buildings down that nobody can get into. Like, it's so crazy that you have trustees outside talking to the news cameras, talking to all the local news, the national news, because now they've locked out the municipal building, saying that it's a safety precaution for the mayor because they said that they've got incredible threats. But let's listen to what the trustees are saying. Check this out.
Now to some frustration that's growing for residents in South Suburban Dalton. For months, they've had questions about spending in the mayor's office, and they packed a city meeting last night. Today, those residents now have only limited access to their village hall. Regina Waldrop reports on their search for answers.
Village halls are public buildings, administrative centers run for the benefit of a community. In South Suburban Dalton, most of the village hall is now off limits. This small entryway with 4 seats, the only place residents and business owners are allowed.
It's an insult to every single taxpayer in the city.
Dan Lee has lived in Dalton since 1989. He and several other residents gathered outside of Village Hall Tuesday afternoon. They say the new restrictions are just part of the ongoing issues with Mayor Tiffany Henyard and her administration.
I feel that this is a deflection from what's really happening in the village with the money, what happened in Vegas.
I came up here to get some FOIA requests, and I had to wait for somebody to come to the window.
Trustee Kiana Belcher says she learned about the new restrictions last week on social media.
Myself and another trustee came up here saying that it says it's restricted access, employees only, and they have it where at the time it wasn't even any chairs.
In a statement, the village told NBC5 access to Village Hall was restructured to protect staff due to overwhelming threats of violence as a result of the continuous misinformation portrayed by the media and internet bloggers who are using Dalton as a means to generate ratings and revenue. The statement goes on to say staff and elected officials have received several disturbing communications via email, social media, phone calls, and visitors from across the country. As such, security protocols have changed.
If there was any type of threats, we have police officers, so they should be able to accommodate and stand over here. But to limit the access for everyday business that has to be taken care of, it's a problem. This is our tax dollars.
And residents say they plan to bring up the issue of Village Hall being restricted along with other issues come Monday. That's for the next village board meeting. Reporting from Dalton, I'm Regina Waldrop, NBC5 News.
So as you guys can hear, Kiana Belcher basically talking to the media about what's going on, and she's standing outside with Dalton residents, also other trustee members, and she's basically expressing, like, why is this building shut down? People should be able to come in and out of this building and have access to things that they may need within the city. But y'all remember the lady Cassandra Elson, that was another elected official that was locked out of her office? Check this out.
Still can't get in. So my office door is still locked. Did anyone move any of this?
I haven't touched it. We didn't touch anything.
Okay, so this was moved yesterday. There were stacks here, so someone's gone through it.
And see, I can stand up here and I can talk and run my mouth, but I don't live in Dalton. I'm reporting on what we see and what the news is reporting. But I'm letting the people of Dalton talk about what's going on in their own town. And she, for a long time, she tried to hide a lot of the residents and because she didn't want this information getting out. She tried to make it just seem like it was just the 4 trustees that was the problem. But let's listen to what some more residents is telling the national news about what's going on in their town. People that's been living here for 30 and 40 years. Let's listen to what they're saying. Check this out.
Did Village Hall close or become restricted to residents?
I learned about it as of Tuesday. They stated that, and I seen it on social media, that the Village Hall had been closed. So I actually, myself and another trustee came up here, seeing that it says it's restricted access, employees only, and they have it where at the time it wasn't even any chairs, so limited, about 4 or 5 people can stand in this small area.
Still very limited.
Yes, it's very limited. It makes no sense. This is not nobody's public home. This is our business, our village. And if it was any type of threats, we have police officers, so they should be able to accommodate and stand over here as if it was another public facility where they can manage it. But to limit the access for everyday business that has to be taken care of, it's a problem. This is our tax dollars. And when somebody continues to run from the citizens, because that's what you're doing now. You're running from the people when you're supposed to be serving the people. I consider that a big problem. And this is a safety hazard, because if 4 or 5 people goes into that small space and anything can happen in that space, there's another issue. We have a lot of seniors out here, and to have seniors standing outside in the cold and the rain, it's just not cool.
Are you hearing from a lot of your constituents?
I am. And the crazy thing is, a lot of them that come here, they come either to pay the water bill or come to have services for their homes. Now they have to wait until somebody goes and fill out some papers and bring it back and slide something through a small glass. It's like you're in prison. And why should we be in prison in our own community?
Will you bring this up at the next village board meeting, or what?
Absolutely, because I'm going to bring up a lot of things that happened last night also, because we had seniors that were standing outside when they had people planted inside before the village trustees even were in there.
And that's April 8th, Monday, April 8th?
Yes, April 8th at 6:30.
We'll see. Thank you so much.
No problem, thank you.
Appreciate it. How many years you lived here?
I've been here 26 years.
Have you ever seen Village Hall not accessed?
Never in the 26 years, and this is unacceptable. I piggyback on everything the trustee just said. This is just totally uncalled for. If there is a viable threat, we in the community should know it. It could extend further than here. Just as last night, we should have been told, so we had the option to decide for ourselves whether we wanted to be in there.
So you spend a lot of time in this Village Hall. It is a public building. How do you feel right now knowing that access is restricted to you and other residents?
I'm appalled that the access is restricted to the residents. F.B.I Bank gave this building to the residents. Matter of fact, myself, former trustee Pearson, and former trustee Muhammad voted to receive this building, and Mayor Tiffany Henyard voted against it. And to have limited access, when I heard of it last week, I came up here to get some FOIA requests, and I had to wait for somebody to come to the window, ask me what I wanted, and to just receive some FOIA requests. And if I needed to take care of any other business, you have to wait until somebody go get somebody to come up front to address your concerns. And I think it's appalling. And what happened last night, I'm appalled that happened also, because this building belonged to the residents of the village of Dalton, not Miss Henyard, nor Keith Freeman, nor Lacey, none of them. And it's unfortunate that we have to keep going through this, and I wish and I pray that somebody come to our aid. This is bullying to the 10th power. And we stood up last night because we refused to be bullied anymore by the Dalton Police Department and Louis Lacey, and be intimidated with stopping people, asking them for their ID, and that's against all our First Amendment rights. And like I stated before, you're not going to keep violating my rights. And so I was glad to see everybody out last night. Hopefully everybody will come out to Monday's meeting and we can get some type of clarity on this, because our rights are constantly being violated and no one is doing anything about it. I want to see the state's attorney, the attorney general, the president of the United States, since she went to see him, come in out here and deal with this chaos because this is ridiculous. And in my 40-some years of being involved in politics, I've never seen anything like this in my life. Mayor Tiffany Henyard, I hate even calling her a mayor because like they said, that she is the world's worst mayor on earth. And I would like to see her step down also. Thank you.
I bought my home in 2006.
You
Yes.
in and out the village hall all the time doing business?
Yes, I do. Yeah, in and out, and this is not acceptable what's happening, but I feel that this is a deflection from what's really happening in the village with the money, what happened in Vegas, so she's trying to deflect. No one is after the mayor. Nobody is after the mayor at all.
Should you be able to go in and access this public building?
Absolutely. This is a government building. We should be able to go in and out and have access. That doesn't make sense. What am I paying the taxes out here for if I don't even have access to the building, to my village? And then they say you're supposed to call, they don't even answer the phone. How about that? So I don't see how people are going to get business, any business done. What about the contractors that come through to try to do business? This is not how government is supposed to be ran.
Not good government.
No, no good.
At this point, we can see that the people have spoken, and next Monday, this Monday coming up at the next trustee meeting, it's going to be very interesting to see the people that come in there and speak. Because, and I like to see when she go to the township meetings, like what are those people outside of Dalton with the township that she supervises over? I want to see what they have to say about Miss Henyard. Because this thing is really bad, man. It's really bad. And every day is something. So now they're locking down all of the buildings, and people don't have access to the buildings. People are calling, they're calling for the attorney general, they're calling for the feds. They're screaming and hollering and calling for people to come in and do something. It's just like everybody's watching, nobody's doing anything. It's to me, what I'm looking at when I see how outraged the residents was, what I don't want to see is a riot happen out in the street and people just get fed up and things just explode. That's what I don't want to see. But that's what it's looking like. Because it's just like the residents and the people are crying out and nothing is changing. Nothing is changing. You know, like I said, you had so many, I done had so many different videos, so much different footage of residents and people, elected officials and people really speaking out against this woman. I don't see no channels where people have, where people in Dalton have made channels defending this woman. I've seen no YouTube channels other than her, Tiffany Henyard's whatever on the Move podcast. I don't see anybody with a channel that's showing the great things that she's done and people that's on her side. I haven't seen it. Now, if I'm wrong, you guys can send it to me, but I haven't seen anything. I've seen people come up to the podium and say some nice stuff about her. But as far as people with YouTube channels actually displaying the things that she's doing, I haven't seen it. I've seen way more people very disgruntled with her. That's what I've seen. But I'm going to cut this video short here because I've let the people speak. I've let the residents speak. I've let the elected officials speak. Those are the most important people that we should be highlighting. For those of us that's outside of Dalton, we should be letting the people of Dalton speak. And that's what I'm doing here. So leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe to Street Media TV. Hit that if you made it this far, hit that like button. Allow this information to get out further into the algorithm. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.